Welcome back to the Humble Market Timer YouTube channel. Once again, if you enjoy the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Today's video is on UnitedHealth Group. Should you just hold your nose and buy? Before I go any further, let me show you my disclaimer. Again, these are my sole ideas, not investment advice. Now, UnitedHealth Group is the largest health services and health insurance company in the United States. However, over the last 6 months, they've undergone a series of very tumultuous events. There was a very high-profile incident in which the CEO was slain back in December of 2024. Also, in the last quarterly report, they pulled guidance due to rising costs. The CEO resigned, and also in May, the Wall Street Journal reported that the U.S. Department of Justice was investigating UnitedHealth Group for possible criminal Medicare fraud. So they've just been hit with negative news after negative news. And as a result, the stock has been punished. It went all the way from being in the 600 price range, and it dropped all the way to the 260, 270 mark, and has since bounced back to about the 300 level, 305 level, where we currently sit now. So things have just been very negative. A lot of bad things going on with UnitedHealth Group. And when you have that situation, a lot of times investors just want out. But then there's some investors and some people will see it as a buying opportunity. One of the things that make me think that this is more of a buying opportunity rather than a situation where you just throw your hands up and say, I don't want it anymore, is looking at all the insider buying. As you can see here, over the last month, there have been insider buys by various segments of management, the CEO, the CFO, directors. Just in the last month, there has been over $30 million of these insiders' own money investing into UnitedHealthcare. That is unprecedented levels of insider purchasing. And when you see that level of confidence from management, it makes you think, okay, if management believes they can turn this around, why should investors? Also, there is a rumor that's kind of been floating around that there's a possibility that Warren Buffett may have already bought or is considering buying into UnitedHealth Group. And the reason that rumor has been floating around is because the company fits right in Warren Buffett's wheelhouse. It's an established company. It's recently fell on hard times, but the company clearly isn't going anywhere because it's the largest in the U.S. and is currently sitting at a very deep value compared to what it was just 6 months ago. To add further credence to why the potential for Buffett to potentially buy into UnitedHealth Group is because back in 2006, Buffett actually bought 1 million shares of UnitedHealth Group, and they were undergoing, again, a similar situation where they were on hard times, a series of negative news, and there was also another federal investigation with UnitedHealth. This one was dealing with stock options. So he's very familiar with the company. He knows when the company is at deep value, and he isn't afraid to step in and put his money in a company when things may be looking shaky. One other thing is that the CEO back in 2006, when Buffett did make his purchase of UnitedHealth Group, he was the CEO that UnitedHealth Group rehired recently to kind of fix things with the company and get things moving how they used to be moving. And when you have that level of synergy and things kind of lining up, I think there's a good chance that those rumors could be true and that either Buffett made purchases of UnitedHealth Group in Q2 or he's strongly considering it. And I think that is something that you have to consider because when he buys, a lot of people follows his buys. So you could see a huge jump in the stock price just if you see that he has taken an interest in the company. Just kind of looking at the chart, you can see here starting in around November, it has been in a decline. There's a line that I drew here that sort of represents a resistance line. It's been in a downtrend. It briefly broke the downtrend, but it quickly went back below it. And then I drew another line that acted as resistance as the stock fell further, as more negative news came out about the company. And then we finally had that last flush into that 265, 270 price range back in late May. And we have had a pretty good bounce off that level, and we have pretty much been consolidating just above 300 or right around that 300 price range ever since. Now that flush and then bounce and then consolidation action is considered bullish flagging, bull flag action. And when you have that, that tends to mean that there is consolidation occurring with the company, and there is a great chance that it could be moving higher. I drew a parallel in which the price action has been staying within for the time being in the last 2-3 weeks. I'm predicting that at some point one of two things will happen. We will either break out of this parallel and then retest this downtrend line. And if that does happen, that downtrend line is all the way in that 400 price range. So you're talking a good 30% upside potential just to get back to that downward resistance line if we break out of this parallel in the very near future. Another factor that could happen is we could stay within this parallel until we get back to this downtrend line. But even in that area, we're still talking about the mid to upper 300s, which again is still pretty good upside from the 300 level that we're sitting at now. So I think even though things are looking pretty bleak for the company, I think if you look at it from an investment standpoint, I think at minimum, there's pretty good upside in the near future. And there's always a chance that the price could head back to that 600 level if things start to improve with the company. But I think there's the negative and the worst is in. Now there is risk, but I think when you have all that insider buying, the potential that a Warren Buffett level investor could also be buying into the company, I think you're at a good risk reward level right now to just hold your nose and buy. I hope you like the content. Once again, if you like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Catch you next video.